Hello and welcome to the Fast Five presented by IU Sports Media. I'm Sarah Lucier.
And I'm Dylan Beach as we give you the fastest 5 minutes in IU athletics. The Indiana men's basketball team traveled to West Lafayette on Saturday to take on rival Purdue. The Hoosiers struggled in a 79-59 defeat, which marked their second 20-plus point loss against the Boilermakers this season. Indiana couldn't find a rhythm offensively and didn't have an answer defensively for Zach Edey, who finished with 26 points and 13 rebounds. C.J. Gunn finished with a team-high 13 points for the Hoosiers. IU falls to 14-10 overall and 6-7 in the Big Ten. The Cream and Crimson look to bounce back this Sunday as they take on Northwestern. It was a special day for Indiana women's basketball and graduate student Mackenzie Holmes as she broke the all-time scoring record at Indiana in their win against Purdue on Sunday. Our Luke Artema has more on the Hoosier victory.
Thanks, Sarah and Dylan. Last Sunday, in a dominant performance, the Indiana Hoosiers came out on top against their in-state rivals, the Purdue Boilermakers, securing a massive win with a final score of 95-62. Chloe Moore McNeil led the way for the Hoosiers, demonstrating her versatility with 22 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds, while Mackenzie Holmes contributed 17 points and 4 rebounds. Despite a great effort from Mary Ashley Stevenson of Purdue, who scored 16 points, the Boilermakers fell short of the Hoosiers' attack. With this impressive win, Indiana boosts their record to an outstanding 20-3, securing their place as the third-ranked team in the Big Ten. Additionally, they continue their perfection on their home court, maintaining a flawless 13-0 record. As they set their sights on their upcoming battle against Wisconsin on the road, the Hoosiers are determined to extend their impressive winning streak and prove why they're contenders in the Big Ten Conference.
Thanks, Luke. The Indiana softball team opened up their season this past weekend at the NFCA Leadoff Classic in Clearwater, Florida. Team 51 opened up their season with a 7-5 win against the number 15 Oregon Ducks on Thursday. They continued to play hard throughout the weekend, winning their last 3 games. The Hoosiers picked up wins over Army, Kansas, and North Carolina Central to wrap up the Classic. The non-conference tournaments don't stop there for the Hoosiers, as they will travel to Troy, Alabama this Friday to play in the Troy Invitational. With their strong start to the season, the unranked Hoosiers moved to 21st in this week's D1 Softball Weekly Poll. A key player that helped propel the Hoosiers into the poll was junior Brianna Copeland. Copeland dominated over the weekend, which helped her earn all-tournament team honors. Our Joe Cronin has more on the star pitcher.
Thanks, Sarah. The hot start that the Indiana softball team got out to in Clearwater came from the Swiss Army knife, junior Brianna Copeland. Copeland came out of the gates in a big way against Oregon, where she was the ultimate dual threat by earning the victory at the circle while striking out 8 Ducks in the process. On the offensive side, Copeland hit a home run and a triple that accumulated 4 RBI against Oregon. Throughout the Classic, Copeland went 2-1 at the circle for the Hoosiers, where she totaled 18 total strikeouts. Along the way, at the bats, Copeland finished the 5 games hitting above 300, along with an OPS of 1,200 as well. Whether it's at the circle or stepping up to the plate, Bree Copeland is going to be making some noise this season for the Hoosiers. Back to you at the desk.
The Indiana men's tennis team went undefeated this weekend, defeating 3 teams in a 3-day span. Starting off on Friday, the Hoosiers beat Drake in a 4-0 sweep. The Hoosiers won in straight sets in every winning match. Indiana then faced Ivy League opponent Brown on Saturday and won 7-0, beating Brown in every singles and doubles match as well. The Hoosiers then took on Middle Tennessee State on Sunday and won 4-3 in a thriller. The Hoosiers now have a record of 9-2 and will travel down to Houston, Texas to face Rice University this Saturday.
Over the weekend, the Indiana women's tennis team traveled to Tuscaloosa, Alabama to face Kansas State and Alabama and were defeated twice. On Saturday, the Hoosiers faced Kansas State and were quickly defeated 0-4. Indiana then faced the home team in Alabama and lost 1-4 in another blowout loss. Laura Schneider defeated 50th-ranked Petra Sedlakova in straight sets 6-0 and 6-4. The Indiana women's tennis team is now 4-5 and will come back to Bloomington to face Memphis this Thursday.
On Sunday, the number 22-ranked Indiana wrestling team took on the number 6th-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes in Columbus, Ohio. The Hoosiers lost 32-6 to the Buckeyes to take Indiana's record to 6-3 and 3-3 in the Big Ten. Indiana wrestling will return to action this Friday back at home, where they'll be facing Big Ten opponent Michigan at Wilkinson Hall. That will wrap it up for today. Thanks for tuning in.
Be sure to follow along with the socials at IU Fast 5 for all news about Indiana athletics. Until next time, I'm Dylan Beach.
And I'm Sarah Lucier. We'll see you next week.